say he should do to say he's done it all.
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch it while I'm Odom, did I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch LeBron Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. Yo, man, it's the Love of the Game podcast. We in the building. Dave, Locke, how y'all boys doing, man?
Good, man. I'm good.
Man, I'm great, man. Made it through the weather. Everybody safe and sound.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all our Augusta folks, man. Still, those without power.
South Georgia too. South
Georgia and Augusta. So, man, we got speaking of South Georgia, man, Mr. South got something to say on the show today.
The South always gonna have something to say, fellas. Always. I don't even have to say it anymore. I feel like a few kids put their name out there this past summer, and the South represented well.
Hey, man, shout out to them boys, man. We got a good show lined up, man. Wanted to bring Locke on the show. For those that don't know, Locke is the owner-operator of the Freshman U Camp, one of the best camps in all of the South for high school freshmen. A tremendous camp and opportunity for guys run right here out of Atlanta, Georgia. And man, Locke, we're going to get into the alumni list, man. You got a heck of an alumni list for those that can't. Man, if you, the edit in the background, dog, is just the beginning, dog. That list got some pretty heavy names on it.
No, man, it definitely does. Definitely been some players to come through the Freshman U over the years. And definitely looking to just continue to extend that list of the alumni.
Hey, Locke, I want to say this, man. A lot of people don't know you got D1, D2, D3, and NAIs that have came through Freshman U.
I have every level, man. And, honestly, that's what the Freshman U has always been honestly about. It's about giving every kid that opportunity, that platform to get seen amongst guys like you guys who watch high school basketball, all the media guys such as On the Radar, Fonzo, Baseline to Sideline, Trent from Relentless Hoop, Chris with Southern Hoops Report. So just give guys the opportunity. Pro Movement, Jared, Chris Cameron, Connected Hoops. Just give everybody that platform just to get seen.
Man, let's go back to the beginning of Freshman U, man. You've been doing this for a nice little while, man. So let's go back to the beginning and go back to that first Freshman U class that you brought in. Like, what made you decide to do the Freshman U camp to begin with?
Yeah. So, man, I was really, really connected to that 2021 class. I coached in that class. I coached with Atlanta Express, had that 2021 group. And I just seen that class develop over the years. And what I noticed at the time, a lot of the camps were invite only. And such as the CP3, huge camp they do in North Carolina. And what I always noticed that it's a lot of good kids there getting overlooked because they don't have the platform, maybe because of the area they're staying in, such as if they're staying in South Georgia, Middle Georgia, Augusta, North Georgia. So they might not get seen amongst a lot of these guys that send these invites out. But I was able to see these guys over the years. And I'm like, man, these guys can play. They just need a platform to get seen by everyone. And so with that class going into high school, I was like, you know what? I have ties with this class very well, especially like you say, even with me being with Game Elite at one point, I seen all this 2021 group class, and I was like, you know what? Let me see how many can I get in the gym to get seen in front of all these media staff, all these scouting service that I have relationships with.
Got you, no doubt. Well, I love that lot that you saw a problem, and instead of doing a whole lot of complaining online about it, you decided to do something about it and create the platform that these kids needed to have. What went into like we know on the inside, there's a lot that going into creating a camp, but what went into you creating the Freshman U name, the branding, the color scheme, all that kind of stuff that you went through to get the camp off the ground and deliver at a high quality level?
Yeah. So first of all, I was dedicated towards all freshmen because I see it wasn't a platform for freshmen. And what I always noticed, you got some of these guys who they're come in small. Like if you at 14, 15, you may weigh a $120 soaking wet, maybe about 5'9", 5'10", and you going to these camps and you're playing against juniors or seniors. Unless you were one of those elite kids, you're not going to get recognized because you got those seniors. Some of the guys are 18, 19 years old. Their body has developed. They are, they're seasoned. They played varsity basketball. Some of these guys, play high level basketball. There's no way you're going to be able to compete as a ninth grader with a junior or senior. And then also as a ninth grader, you shouldn't be competing against middle schoolers. You're done with middle school. So now it's like I feel like they needed a platform to just see is like, okay, I've been watching these kids, you be watching the kid, everybody, once you all in air and you tournament, you keep running into the same kids. And sometimes you may not even get the matchup what you want because you may be good, but the team you're playing against is not that good. So you might not get that matchup you want, but at the freshman U, the kid that you've been eyeing, that you've been seeing, get all those write-ups, getting all those tweets, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to meet him at the freshman U. I'm going to line up with him. I'm going to show everyone I'm just as good or even better than that kid who's been getting those write-ups or getting that media attention.
You certainly did that with the freshman U. Let's talk about that first class, man. You had a loaded first freshman U class, and it just continued to kind of escalate after that. But I know that first class is really special to you. Let's talk about some of the guys that was in that first class, man. Some of your alumni.
Yo. So the class, I always like to start off with my guy Bryce Williams from the Georgia Canes sent me this kid, Matthew Cleveland. Matthew Cleveland came as a not known name kid coming in as a freshman. He played with Georgia exclusive middle school, and I actually saw him at the May Hoops event in Augusta, and he just tore it up. And I was like, no one was really talking about this kid. So, met his parents, got with Bryce, was able to get him to come. Kid out of Middle Georgia, currently, and Matthew Cleveland now at Miami, came out of Florida State, went to Florida State after high school, but now he's at Miami. Another kid, Kowalski Reeves, out of Middle Georgia. Big name, people didn't believe in Kowalski for a long time because he was out of Middle Georgia. And, a lot of people in Atlanta supposedly don't respect Middle Georgia hoops. And so he just blew up. He started his platform with the Hype South events and with the freshman U. Now, graduated high school. Now he's went to Florida out of high school. Now he's here locally at Georgia Tech.
Yep. And
the biggest one I really, really feel good about was Jason Edwards. Jason Edwards was a kid. Yeah, man. Jason Edwards was probably one of the smallest kids in freshman U history. Jason Edwards probably like 5'7", 5'8", coming into the camp. I don't even say 120. I say 110. He was like 110, and I remember just seeing him do the drills, and you could tell his passion and love for the game, and you could just tell he just wanted it. And it's in his genes. His older brother played. You know, it's great. Everybody knows Grayson. Grayson is Grayson, and he good player. Just didn't have the opportunity to showcase what he do. Man, Jason ended up going to Parkview, doing his thing at Parkview, and then after he left his Parkview, went to Tuskegee, red shirted in Tuskegee, didn't play his freshman year, transferred, went to JUCO to Dodge City College.
It was Miles, Lock. It was Miles, Lock, not Tuskegee. It was Miles.
Well, I'm sorry, Miles. Yeah, Miles. Appreciate it. I knew it was one of those in Alabama. Yeah, Miles College. Appreciate that, Dave. Man, went to Dodge City, man, and toured up. Went to Hutch. If people don't know Hutch, that's the JUCO National Championship. Toured that up. Went to North Texas the following year. Toured that up. Now the kid is in the SEC at Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Like, to just see that as seeing him at the freshman U, one of the smallest kids, and like you say, we had guards at that camp. We had kids. Y'all remember Payne Daniels?
Yes.
From Tri-Cities. That he went to Vanderbilt as well. We had Andrew McConnell.
Yep. Great kid, by the way.
We had some. Yeah, great kid, great parent. We had like great kid. We had, I love RJ Norwood. Like we had, who's not Edward Waters with Huff.
Yep.
We had some big name guards, and like I say, he was a no-name guard and at the time, and look what his journey came out to be. And me and him still talk about this to this day, that him coming to the freshman U, me watching him throughout the 4 years of his high school and just seeing his journey, I really think that's what the freshman U is about, just giving kids like that a platform to prove themselves.
I gotta say, like, one of the things that I feel like you do a great job of, and it's inspiring, as we've done our camps too, is that you're locked in and supporting those guys that came to your camp. So, they just don't have you as a supporter for those 4 or 5 hours that they're at camp. Now, like a kid like Jason Edwards that you watched over 4 years and kind of tweeted out his accomplishments and was a good sounding board for that kid as he went through his journey. Those are something that is useful to people and helpful to people as they go through.
No, most definitely, man. That's what, like I say, just those relationships, and that's why I always hang my hat on about the freshman U. If I'm not going to be able to help you, there's somebody at that camp is going to be able to help you through your journey. I got you guys. You guys been in it for a while. You got, if you need an ANU team program, if you need somebody to call a coach for you just to get a look in the next 2-3 years, because what happened is he was like, man, I haven't seen this kid, but I remember him from the freshman U. And he was like, cool, like, what is he doing now? Let me check him out. And so that's what the freshman is really about. Try to build those relationships. So if I'm not able to help you, there's somebody at the camp that's going to help you throughout your journey.
Got you.
Hey, Dre, let me say something real quick. Lock, you talk about the camp, but man, even expanding beyond the camp, and the thing I loved about it the most, me and Drake can speak. Our sons went through freshman U, so we knew all about it. Is when you did the freshman U runs even past the camp, and I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. That helped my son out immensely, playing against that type of top level competition to get him ready for the season.
Hey, will we see the freshman runs ever come back?
You definitely going to see them come back, because now, like, I know I've been at the game, had family, life things going on. In addition, I got a new son. Shout out to Maverick.
Shout out to Mav.
2040.
Man, I ain't even thought that far yet. I haven't even thought that far. That seems so long. Like from now, you saying 2040. Like I'm like I'm gonna have to be at 50 something with an 18-year-old. Like I see what you guys like. I'm gonna be looking back like, whoa, man, that's a long time. That's a long time.
Hey, to be here before you know it, brother. Trust me.
Yeah, man. No, definitely. Yeah, but no, definitely we're gonna have some things in works, man, in the next like few months, and especially the next few years, man. Because with me being out the game for those couple of years, I just see like there's still a lack of things where, how can I put this? We can't just do this just for the clout, the money, or just for you really. I feel like you guys, we got to be really into this to help kids, and not just the ones that we know are high major or Division I.
Facts.
Because those kids normally are not going to need as much help as those kids like the Jason Edwards that came through the program. Like you have to really, that's the point. Like the top kids going to get what they, like I had Caleb Wilson at my camp the last one. I can't help Caleb. It's not new for me to help Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
And just speaking of that, I forgot to bring up a name that came through the camp, and you guys seen. I forgot I had Bryce McGowns in the 2021 camp.
Yeah,
was not in the NBA. Yeah, from South Carolina. Yeah, shot lights out at the freshman U camp. Yeah, and shout out to Team South Carolina Raptors, man. My guy Mike.
Always show love, man. Like have you started thinking about your Mount Rushmore of freshman U? Have you started thinking about the all-time camp team from freshman U? Do we have any lists, like
man? So Zarko got a loaded list of talent. Because I can't. He's planning on coaching this year, but the guys I gave him, like in Shefflin, who's at Clemson, Gabe Jacobs from Westside, man, who just, like that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be tough. Like I don't even want to get in that debate.
It's almost impossible. You don't have a lot of heat, man. If you look at the guys behind you, even, and there's a lot of players that are on that edit that are still like really, really good basketball players, man. Like it's tough when the alumni list gets that competitive, man. But that's a good problem to have, I think.
Jelani Hamilton.
Jelani Hamilton. Yeah. Oh man, it's at Georgia State now. Most definitely.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good year too.
Most definitely.
So let's talk about what's in store for this season, man. You want to get into talking about some of the kids that you got lined up, some of the folks. What can we expect to see? You know, I'll be in the building.
Oh yeah, man, we got it's some talent, and I got some talent coming all across, not even just Georgia. Got some guys from South Carolina coming. Got some guys from Ohio actually coming, who I'm interested to see. But some of the top kids that, well, not even say top kids, some of the kids that I'm interested in seeing. The first kid is Timothy Woodson from Columbus. I heard a lot about this kid by my OG Corey Black. We all know Corey Black. I feel like if you in this basketball community and you don't know Corey Black, you ain't grandfathered in. You ain't an OG. You don't know Corey Black. If you don't know Corey Black, they don't know Corey Black, coach on the Georgia not the Georgia Blazers with KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But if you don't know Corey Black, man, but he told me about this kid down in South Georgia out of Columbus, and he say he has an opportunity to be really good. Really, really good. That's one kid that I'm really want to get my eyes on, because if OG Black called me and said, "Hey man, you need to have this kid. This kid need to be at the freshman U," I know he got some good stuff.
Man, we got some highlights queued up, Lock. We'll be able to talk over what we see right here, but this is TJ Woodson.
Yeah.
Impressive. As a 6'1" point guard, that's a Georgia native by the name of Timothy Woodson Jr. And Timothy has to be one of the most smoothest, shiftiest, controlled, fundamentally sound point guards that we have coming into their high school careers. I mean, this young man can do it all on the basketball court. On top of being a great scorer, he is one of the best playmakers. And I've yet to see this man not be able to make a pass. This man can make a pass with either hand, break it down to defense.
Hey, man, I like when dudes do the voiceover over the highlights, man. That's all right. If you're good at it.
Yeah.
If you're good at it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And I didn't cut it off, man. Honestly, I was going to let him rock. That's just the sound from the highlight. This kid looks pretty good, though.
Yeah, but, man, I really like TJ, man. I really think he has the chance to be special. Because like he already has great size at the guard position, has a good feel. He plays the right way, and man, he really has a chance to be really special in this 2028 class.
Looks really good, man. Most of the time, if you get
the next,
go ahead, Locke.
No. I was going to the next kid, but no, you can say what you got to say.
Well, I was just saying that if you get the nod of approval from Corey Black, man, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, he's I don't know who's a tougher critic, but when Corey Black stamped him, I knew he had to make sure he get there. The next kid, man, that I really I actually had a chance to coach him. His name is Bryce Jada out of Hillgrove. I don't know if I was able to coach him against not the fall league, the On the Radar versus Southern Hoops Report event. And this kid is talented. When I say talented on both ends of the sport, he's the starting quarterback at Hillgrove as a freshman.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to be the star. He's going to play a big role for Hillgrove and Coach Moultrie this year. And like when I coached him against Willard, man, he has it. He has size. He played. You can just tell he played high level basketball for a long time. He has the juice, guys. Like when I say he's like one of those guys that we're going to be hearing for the next 4 years, and I feel like with either sport that he chooses to play, he's going to dominate and he's going to play it at the problem. I see this kid playing definitely Division I basketball, football or basketball.
Hey, listen, if you are the starting quarterback as a freshman at Hillgrove, you're pretty daggone good.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the highlights here. Let's see what we got. How big you think he is, Locke?
Man, when I stood next to him, he's probably 6'2" right now.
Up on that rim.
He's probably 6'2" already.
Athletic.
Yeah, look. And this is a freshman now.
Might be dual sport, Lock. At the next level.
Yeah, he has a chance to be like, and when I coached him, man, he gets it. Like he wants to get better. He's talented. Like, and you playing against Willard, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Shout out to my guy Larry Thompson, man. We was playing against when I was coaching against Willard in the at Nets Play 360. Y'all remember? Y'all watched The Lion King, right? Y'all remember The Lion King? Yo,
Yes.
you remember when Simba saw that stampede coming? It felt like it a couple times.
Hey man, this Willard team, man, they do not care nothing about you, man. They handling business.
Oh yeah.
But you held your own, man. You held your own, Lot.
No, man, it was a good game, man. Good game. But definitely, man, Moultrie and Hillgrove got something special going on. He got some, they're young, but he got a good group. He got a really good group, especially in that region that he's in. He's in a tough region, but with the sophomore they got and Bryce Jetta and they got a senior point guard, I think, they could be able to hold their own this year.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Looking forward to watching them.
Yeah. The next kid, man, that I really like, Mason Pritchett from Milton.
Yep.
My guy, shout out to my dog, Mike Artis from Chapel Hill. He's another one. If you don't know Mike, Michael OG, Mike Georgia Star has been around. Glad he got a great head coaching job at Chapel Hill, man. He grinded it out. But man, he told me about this kid, Mason Pritchett, man. But when I watch this kid's highlights, like, man, Coach Weinhardt, he has something special. He has something really special with this kid.
See you on the reverse?
Yeah, man. He shoots it. He got some craftiness to him. Change of speed. Crazy. And it was
Perfect
crazy.
time.
If you notice, although he's right-handed, all those drives he's going to the left. I expect him to get some good minutes as a freshman. And definitely, man, with Milton, we all know Milton's program and the way they develop. We see Bruce Thornton, we seen Kanan Carlisle. He's next up.
Lofty expectation. They got the Dixon kid that will be graduating this year. So
he just committed, didn't he? He just committed to Milwaukee.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. So he's gonna have an opportunity. Big shoes to fill over there at Milton, but between him and Nathan Earl, they got some young talented guards coming in too. Gonna be interesting to watch.
Most definitely. I got two more I want to shout out. This kid, Karan, they call him Boogie Plummer, out of Houston County, out of Middle Georgia. Yo, so we know his brother, Cameron Plummer, at Houston County, who's a senior now, who's been to camps, been doing his thing. Man, his brother has it right now. Already at 6'3" as a point guard. When I say this kid has all the tools to like do what I feel like he has all the tools to do what Kowalski did for Middle Georgia.
Nice finish. And you've been able to do well, man, helping kids from the middle Georgia and South Georgia.
Yeah.
Able to get quality players from that area, but you've been able to help quality players from that area too.
Yeah. And like I say, he has his older brother, Cameron Plummer, that plays at Houston County. And like I say, this kid is just a freshman, man. He's already at 6'3", and he always has a good feel and an IQ for the game. You know, I think with him playing with his older brother all the time and playing with Malik Gillespie, that's at Houston County as well, a Division I guard, like he's around good company and already getting, trained up to be next up. And like I say, I feel like he has all the tools to. You remember that time where Middle Georgia was just popping? Had the Ty Fagans, the Nelson Phillips. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to add this kid, the Kavon Moores. We're going to add this kid to that list.
Ooh, that Kavon Moore, boy. That's a heck of a name right there.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-injury, he was one of them ones.
Yeah, I think we're going to end up eventually adding, like I say, he has all the tools, he has all the resources. Playing with Warner Robinson All Stars, he has everything to be next up out the area. Yeah, but the last kid that I want to speak up on, and shout out to Mike again from South Carolina Raptors. This kid, Caleb Allen, dude, from TL Hanada out of South Carolina. This kid, man, probably gonna be the most exciting kid to watch at the freshman U.
That's saying a lot now, Lot.
Dude, I'm gonna let you watch the clip. I'm gonna let you watch the clip.
Hey. Getting bouncy as a freshman. Hey, the athleticism in some of these young kids.
This is in the middle of the game. This is the middle of a game. What we just did. Was an 8th grade team, South Carolina Raptors.
Where he caught that lob from? Are we like?
Yeah. This is a 9th grader we're talking about in South Carolina. Man, we might have to replay that one back.
Bro caught that lob from.
And this is a good class that Mike has coming out of South Carolina. But this kid's already maybe 6'4", 6'5". You could tell he's already getting well coached.
Oh, you're gonna have some eyes on him, and if not this year,
crazy.
in the next couple of months, he's gonna have some eyes on him.
That lob is crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, so that kid there, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. Like I say, I know he's gonna have the cameras rolling for sure.
For sure. Well, Lot, man, let's get the people all your information, man, for anybody that wants to attend Freshman U, come and watch. Is it still time to register? Are they locked out? Is it sold out?
It hasn't sold out. But it's you can always go to my Twitter page, LocksWay_OTR. And also you can go to the Instagram page, Fresh U Camp. And the link is there for all the information you need. And like I said, I'm very transparent. So I have my actual personal number and email, the Freshman U email on the link for you guys have any questions or concerns. Because like I said before, it's about building the relationships to help these kids. And to know that, hey, if you have any questions, concerns, not even any basketball, any advice you want given, I'm always one phone call, one text message, one email away.
100%.
Yeah.
Lot, man, we appreciate you, man. We'll be in the building. I know for sure I will.
I'll be there.
Cover all things Freshman U like always, man. You've been a
definitely.
blessing to a lot of families out here, man. So we appreciate you doing what you do.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys love for the game, man. We all we got. Yes, sir.
No doubt. Saturday, what time?
Saturday, man, we're going to be at Hiram High School. Camp is going to start at 11. Hey, all high school coaches are invited to come for free with a GHSA pass. And guys, like I said, AAU coaches come out, media comes out. Let's come have a great time. Let's come we know how we guys do it, man. We just come in, have a good time, watch some good basketball, start some good conversations, and just build some relationships.
No doubt. Freshman U is back this Saturday, man, and we in the building. This is one of the can't miss events. If you in Georgia, this is one of those can't miss events that you got to attend. Whether you got a player in it or not, this is something that you got to go to. So, Lot, we appreciate you, big dog.
No, I appreciate you guys, man. Always, man.
My man.
Man, we're going to talk.
Yes, sir.
Freshman U time, man.
Hey, that time. Hey, you remember when Locke used to have it in Atlanta and South Carolina back in the day? We was at both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, had a couple up there in South Carolina, man. It was nice out there too.
Yeah. Well, that show you how time fly. That was 5 years ago.
Don't date us, man. Come on now. Don't. Hey man,
Man.
don't give it up and date us, man.
Man, that's crazy. And you know, when Locke was just talking about his kids, oh man, that's a long time. No, it's not. Before you know it, it'll be here. It'll be here.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Hey man, you know, while we getting the other guests logged in a second, man. You know, I wanted to take this time out, and I think I speak for both of us on this. You know, to thank everybody that came and supported, you know, the Southeast Top 100 camp. Amazing. Turnout was good. Competition was off the charts. We got some kids, Dre, as you already know, from that camp alone. We got some hidden gems that went from having a couple offers to now they got 15, 16 coaches on them now.
You don't talk about this enough, man. I'm telling y'all, the whole reason why we doing this is because my man works his behind off, and this dude does not talk about the work that he does. He doesn't post it. He don't talk about it. He just works. Bro, let talk about the work that you put in. This is great news, I think, for people that came to the camp to understand what's been happening since camp has ended.
You know, man, and you know, I appreciate all that, but you know, the biggest thing was, you know, I talked to you about this, was showing the value of this camp. You know, I'm always big on that. And, you know, we're getting around, we're still posting out our top prospects, and we've been doing it slowly for a reason, because what you guys don't understand is both platforms have a plethora of coaches on them. So as we're posting them out and some of these top prospects, some of y'all don't even notice there's coaches following right back and liking those posts because they're showing interest and they're coming right to us saying, who's this? And I'll take something from Locke on this one. One of the best feelings is a lot of coaches trust our word. So when we're posting out these guys one by one and we're doing it slowly, what you guys don't understand is you're unknowingly getting on coaches' radars where they'll be watching you in high school season coming up or in next spring, which is a great thing. And some of them are just outright calling right afterwards and saying, who is this? Tell me more about him. And it's great. And it's great because that's what this platform was supposed to be about. And a number, as you said, Dre, we will be tweeting out about a number of these young ladies that have been picked up. And, well, you know, not only picked up, but it's been crazy. And, you know.
Let's give them some update, D. Come on. Let's give it to them, big dog. Who's been seeing some, because I know, because you tell me. Who's been seeing some picking up steam in their recruitment since camp? Who, like, you've been in on these people, so like it's fine.
Hey man, listen. One of the biggest stock risers is 6'4" Chastity McCammon. Man, I mean, the young lady came in with 2 D3 offers. She got every level inquiring about her now. And because she shows that potential, I mean, it's amazing what it is to see someone of that stature. You know, when they walk in, the first thing we say, who that? Who is this? And, you know, Nick had her on his team rather. And, you know, Nick saw it. I saw it. And you can see with the right program, she's going to be something, you know, very, very good prospect. And when I look at something like that, you know, I feel it's only our duty when we see somebody of that, what has that potential, you know, look, Dre. Hello?
For sure.
Yes. You know what I mean? Calling coaches to say, hey, you need to take a look at this, that, and the other. And I think Chastity, you know, the sky's the limits for her. And I really like, and, you know, the Creekside young ladies, man, oh, my goodness. You got the Creekside young ladies that are getting traction. You have the Woodlands young ladies that are getting traction. You know, they're getting D2 and NAI action, and I love to see that. And some of these 27s and 28s, oh, man, Dre, them 27s and 28s, and so the select 29s that came to the camp, because, you know, we were selective on those 2029s. And, you know, with those select 2029s, they made a name for themselves. And some of them already had a name. You know what I'm saying? And with them already having a name, I thought it was great. And, you know, if y'all thought this year was good, man, y'all wait till next year. Yeah. Listen, I'm not a boaster when it comes to this. You know, Dre likes to kind of push me out there in these type of situations. And I always tell him the same thing: let the work speak for itself. And at the end of the day, we're going to keep pushing this thing. And yes, this was also the narrative, you know, because I caught some flack, because even with me being on the national level, you know, I live in Georgia, so I had to come back and show Georgia that love. And it was you that was like, hey, man, you got to make sure you look out for Georgia. And that's why this collab made all the sense. And boy, did I not know what I was getting my hands into on this one, man. But it's going to be good, though. Trust me. It's going to be good.
For sure. I'm going to say this again. I will say some of the things that Dave will not say. The whole reason this camp exists is for, and I won't say specifically for players of that level, but I've watched this man make phone calls for, again, Chassie McCammons came to the camp with a couple of D3 offers. And I've seen him make those calls personally. I'm not talking about like just an email blast out to some coaches with some highlights that he doesn't have a relationship with. I'm talking about personally putting his name and reputation on the line to make a phone call for, like he said, coaches at every level. That young lady came in with a couple of D3 offers and now will have the possibility of going Division I. All in a matter of a couple of weeks, because he saw her at camp and was like, okay, I'm going to help this young lady try to achieve her goals, right? And we have no dog in the fight about where somebody goes, but the fact that that's even possible, needs to be discussed and celebrated. And Dave is one of those type of people that he won't tell you. He'll say like how he said it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you know, number of levels or whatever. I'm telling you because I've heard those conversations. I'm not saying she's going D1. I'm saying that there is now interest at that level, genuine interest at that level because of some phone calls that he made. And that is incredible. There were players that came into our camp with multiple Division I offers, some high major Division I offers, but the level of school that they wanted hadn't necessarily called. Dave picks up the phone, bring, and now the phone call is now made, and they got an opportunity to go to a blue blood program. These are some of the things that transpired after camp, and I think it's amazing.
We have a young lady that already had blue bloods, but there was one that was on her list
that she did not have.
And now Colorado's like, who's this?
Listen, that it is and Coach, I see you backstage, Coach. I'm just trying to wait for you to get settled, man. I see you moving around back there, Coach. I don't know if Coach leaving the Falcons game or what. I'm trying to wait for you to get settled, big dog. Oh, Coach to the gym. Coach to the gym.
Hey, he ready. He ready.
Let's go
ahead and bring him in, right?
Ready. How you feeling? How y'all fellas doing? Sorry about that.
Man, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I see y'all doing y'all thing, man. Appreciate you for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Oh, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. Definitely. We definitely appreciate
I'm going to sit down because y'all looking like me like I'm all over the place. No, I'm just moving around. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we good, man. We good, man. Just working.
In the office, man.
Oh, okay. You know, we back in the office now. We don't take no breaks, man. Gotta drink that coffee late at night, man.
hey, that's part of a winning program, and that's why, you know, when we linked up, we wanted to bring you on for the people that don't know about Milton's girls basketball, man. I mean, yeah, everybody knows about Milton's boys basketball, but man, what y'all doing over there? Right. You know, I was like, man, we need to bring you on so people understand what y'all doing over there. Like, bro, y'all was 26.
I'm not trying to brag a little bit. I'm not trying to brag, but I mean, we didn't have nothing since 2010, and we region champs 2024 last year.
Yeah,
and we're Elite 8. So I mean, we're doing something, and we got some hidden gems like y'all got some hidden gems that we want to recognize a little bit. But y'all doing a good job. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I appreciate y'all, man. Recognizing Milton basketball. We just trying to put it back on the map, man.
No, man, we appreciate you, man.
I that work speak.
Go ahead, Dre.
I just want to go through the record over the last couple of years because I think what was just said was important.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, we're builders. We understand what that means when you got to build something that doesn't already exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just give people a snapshot of what that looks like because I think it's encouraging for parents, for players, and for other coaches to understand what that build looks like. When I went back and did some research, Milton girls basketball, the 2021-2022 season, you guys were 4-19 and were 0-10 in the region.
Correct.
The very next year, you take a 4-19 basketball team that did not win a region game to become 12-13 and 4-6 in the region.
Mm-hmm.
That in and of itself right there.
Yes.
That's a big
difference. Big difference.
That's a big difference. To go from 12-13 to what you guys did last year, 26-3, 9-1 in the region, that tells me that it wasn't an overnight success. It wasn't just, oh, you got a player or whatever. This is a culture change.
Mm-hmm.
This is a culture change. Coach, I would love to hear more about that, about the process and every brick that needed to be laid to get to this point.
Yeah, so Coach Julian is Bartlett. He's the head coach. I'm just assistant, but under his wing, you heard it. You heard the record. It's proof in the pudding. I mean, we went from girls not understanding the game until really putting our hands on freshmen to become sophomores, and then sophomores understanding that they had a role where they score a lot that first year because we didn't have talent, and we had to teach them how to be a dog, understand the game, understanding that, hey, it's bigger than you because you're going to start the foundation. You're going to sow the seed to where these next years come. We will get that reason, and then we'll get to that conversation of Elite 8 and to that Final Four or that X step. So it was kind of working alongside of building a culture, which Julian has brought in me and some other coaching style like KO, Coach T, Laura. And so like he brought different coaches that fit his style of energy. Energy matters, family matters, but also brick by brick matters too. And don't understand that it's always going to be a process, but it's always, how do I say, it's always grace, always love in the process of staying in love, the process, understanding that it won't be too long that we will start getting the pieces that we need. And also understanding that when we teach the game, once you have a freshman for 1 year that had a whole season of not understanding and not knowing what to do, to you having girls that are starting to understand, Okay, now we build that chemistry. Now we build that culture. Now this is a solid foundation where seeds are being planted. Now you have younger girls that are, hey, we hear about Milton, and then now we have a high scorer like Naya that she graduated last year, was scoring almost 30 points every game, and now we don't have that anymore. But now we have other girls under our wing that built that foundation of, it's not about scoring, it's about how do I make my teammates better? How do I be a player-led team, not a coach-led team, and etc. So,
go ahead, D.
Man, right before you came on, and we've been talking through text about this. We were talking about Chastity, and how she came to the camp, and you can see somebody is working with her, and like you can see somebody's putting their hands and loving on her to get her to where she is now, and she's showing so much potential, and it's still untapped. But at the camp, we saw it ourselves and was like, okay, like 6'4", 3.5, has a go-to post move. Hey man, I sat right there and I was like, no. And I reached out to you, was like, oh no, man, this don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This don't make sense. And we started to connect from there. And I was like, Milton, okay. And I'll be the first to tell you, I was like, okay, Milton. And like I said, we started doing our research. I was like, oh man, okay, no, they not just boys over there right now. They doing some things. So, and I live 10, 15 minutes from you. I was like, oh yeah, I got to get up there and see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you came right back. And the thing I loved about that, even though we spoke about Chastity, yes, you came right back. And to me, this was the most important thing. You said you got some other hidden gems at other levels. To me, that speaks volumes about you, because Madre will tell you, I always am on high school coaches' necks, as well as AAU coaches, that they don't look past D1 level. They don't look D2, D3, NAI, So every young lady, if they want, has that opportunity. And when you came to me like that, I was like, oh man, say less. Let me see what's going on up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a winning culture. Like Madre said, it's a culture change. And when you have kids that you can stamp and say they came through this program 9 through 12, and you celebrate D3, D2, NAI, D1, you're going to have a plethora of kids running up 400, man.
Right.
So, I mean, hats off to you on that, man. Definitely hats off.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. And then even what you said, even following back to you, it's just like, I think that's the biggest thing when it's especially high school coaches, whether it's the guys or the ladies level, but in particular, in regards to our conversation, like those NIAAs, those okay. Like you're at a level right now where you can master that, get that craft, and you never know, that might take you to overseas. It might take you to a level where, hey, I don't want to play. I might want to be coaching where I'm learning from this coach at a D3. Or, hey, I'm not at a D3 right now. I'm at a D2. Okay, what if I'm I feel like I'm a high D1, which everybody wants to be high D1, but they're not ready for the lifestyle of a high D1 or a Power 5 or those different things. But understanding mid-major is the same thing as a D1. But at the end of the day, mid-major is going to prepare you for real world as well, because a lot of my girls, like I said, we have a culture shop, because some of them are like, hey, well, we're preparing for 6 a.m. Practices. But you got to understand, though, like, we're not preparing you just to play basketball. We're preparing you for the game of life, but also what you can do with the game of basketball and then outside of that as well. So that's where the biggest picture is right now with us as well.
I like that.
100%. Coach, I got to ask you a couple of things about this schedule, man. You guys.
We got a tough one.
Yeah.
We got some tough ones.
Y'all didn't play around with this schedule, man. Goodness gracious. I see River Ridge on here. I see you got Gainesville twice. You got McEachern on here. Lanier, and you guys are playing in some tournaments, man. Talk to me about your schedule and how you guys wanted to test the team for this season.
So, obviously we have moved different regions. And so like River Ridge that's the head of
that's the
snake
standard
right now. They got all the pieces. They got all the clicks. They went to the championship. these couple years. They won some, they went some. Like, so River Ridge is definitely a battle at the Sandy Spiel Showcase. We play in Cherokee, North Carolina. Last year we did really well. We won that tournament. Going back here, we want to get some more competition. That's when Grayson was on top of the map with Coach Slater, all those different teams. So, you know, that's the kind of tournament, kind of seeing North Carolina, New York, those type of teams. So it's going to be a high quality tournament in Cherokee, North Carolina. We have another one in Jacksonville, Florida. It's an invitational where IMG, Montverde, those big not colleges, those private schools. I always say college.
Inside exposure. Inside exposure.
But those high quality teams are there. But I don't know. We played them. We played Atlanta Heritage, which was a really good team last year in Florida. We lost to them. I'm kind of still sorry we should have won, but it's okay. It's a learning experience from them to grow because the exposure they got last year is gonna build off of for this year. Playing a lot of teams from outside the country, but really we want to get some competition from River Ridge, McKeitron, and that Nike Classic. I mean, it's a big opportunity trying to show what we can bring. It's not just a one, you know, we want 26-3 and we only doing 26-3. No, we're gonna show you like we might not live up to 26-3, but we can probably get to 26-4 or whatever. We want to show people like we're built for this. We're not backing down from no challenges. We want to show like we're ready to get that ring. We have a lot of seniors like Chastity, London Walker, which is a point guard. That's our point guard. She can do the triple doubles if she really wanted to. Just speaking out of, you know, confidence. You know, got a lot of guard play. And, you know, I think we have a lot of good tests in Florida. It's in one in Tampa and one in Jacksonville and then in North Carolina and then River Ridge, obviously, and then McKeitron. So we got a battle test. So we're just not trying to dodge no smoke. We're trying to battle test ourselves because we wanted to go far last year and we want to play Grayson, which was up there, and I think it kind of built us from Lions, kind of built us what we need to work on. So that's kind of where our schedule is. We ain't backing for no challenge this year.
I love it. That is the Georgia way. That is the tradition, the basketball tradition in Georgia, and it should be carried on the men's and women's side. There is no smoke ducking around here. I love this. When I saw the schedule, I was super impressed because, like you said, you are losing one of your top scorers, so you could kind of back away from those challenges and try to see, oh, well, you know, let me just see what we got in this group. Nope, you're testing them early. You're testing them often. It tells me that I feel like you guys are going to be ready around that February time when it matters the most. You guys will be battle tested and ready. Coach, let's get into some of the players on your team. You mentioned your point guard. We talked about your center a little bit, but just tell us a little bit more about London Walker. You talked about her ability. She's listed 5'9", kind of a combo point guard, shooting guard. Like, tell us about her.
To be honest, man, she can do it all. She's really a pass first defensive player, point. Like, she's really, when I say, like, how do I describe her? How do I say? What is the guard from the Aces, Las Vegas Aces? What's her name? From that went to Duke, the point guard from the Aces. She's kind of like her. Like, she really can get downhill. She can put somebody on your hip. She can see the reads, transition. She's throwing that transition outlet passes. She's setting up the offense, but still can get you a bucket. She still can get to that mid-range pull-up. If she can move out the ball. She plays defense. I mean, it's not a lot of point guards out in Georgia. It's a lot of combo guards, and I know you say a lot of people like combo guard. I call her a point guard because she's always wants to play the point guard first, but she can be able to do that two guard or that combo guard, as you say. But the one thing about her, she's a dog. And I mean, I don't know what to say other than she can just prove it. And I have, like I said, her as the point guard, but I have some other girls that are younger. Like I said, been sitting on the bench, played a little bit, got some experience. I have a sophomore guard. She's like, when I say she's lightning fast, but now she's getting to where she knows how to pace herself, shoots the ball well now. I mean, we played Hebron. We didn't dodge no smoke this summer. I don't know if you saw this summer or heard about us. We played Hebron Christian, was top 10 in the nation.
Yep.
How did she do there? The Chelsea Gray comparison, I'm realizing that's who you're comparing her to.
That's a huge comparison. I don't compare people.
Yes, because Chelsea Gray will bucket getter too.
She's cold. And when I say she plays defense, she plays defense.
Okay.
So just imagine that, and it's not a lot. And I like to be humble, but I also know when she comes out there, she's guarding one of your best players. But it's the crazy thing about it, the gift that we have another player that was defensive player of the year wants to go find the best player. So it's a give and take. If that makes sense.
Got you. I love it. I love it. Let's keep going, coach. Let's talk about some other guy. Who's the defensive player? The special
Reagan.
we were just talking about.
Reagan. She plays soccer. She's not even playing basketball. She signed for soccer. She signed in Santa Barbara for soccer. She's a crazy athlete, 5-star soccer player. She was a defensive player last year in our region. Her name is Reagan. She's going, I guarantee you will hear from it. She's going to guard the best player. She's going to frustrate her. She's like that old school, like, I'm a dog. I don't care what you say. I'm guarding the best player. And we give her an assignment, she's going to go do it. No questions asked. She foul. Okay, if she gets to the basket, next one, put my elbow, you ain't getting past me. That's how I lock up.
Okay.
Old school.
I love it. Hey, listen, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. When your point guard has to take on some of the scoring responsibility, you need that defender to go, hey, listen, go take this matchup on the other end and lock down.
And then y'all think about Chastity at the post. That's not even the other post we have. We got a transfer, and her name is Z. She's probably 6'1", 6'2". She can guard the 1 through the 4. She can guard the 5, but we got Chastity. So I'm telling you, we got some hidden gems. I told Mr. Dave, I said, listen, we got some hidden gems. I just want y'all to stay tuned. So I know I can say it. I know people say, hey, you got to back it up. But I'm telling you, hidden gems like y'all, hidden gems is on the way. You just got to see it for yourself.
Okay.
Coach, I feel like we need a practice invite or something.
Of course.
I got you. Can we get you know what I mean?
I got you. I'll set it up. We'll set it up before end of the night. I promise you, we'll set it up. I got
Good
you.
Stuff. Good, Coach. Tell us about some of the things, the philosophies of your head coach. What are some of the things that you guys just really hang your hat on as a program, and for everybody that hasn't seen you guys play before, if they're watching you for the first time, what are some of the things that you feel like you guys are absolutely going to try to do game in and game out?
The biggest thing that we want to get out, like when I say get out, we want to get a lot of transition. And then, like, we're really a team that we have last year. We have a different dynamic from last year, right? We had a lot of we had a lot of guards, and this year we have even more guards, and we have 2 bigs now. We have 2 certified bigs now. Chastity was a good big last year, but the way we played our offense, it was limited minutes. But this year we're expecting more stuff for her, running more sets. How do we get a lot of motion, a lot of backdoor screens? When zones come in, we setting down the down screen, pin down screen, setting when in 2-3 zone. We're setting those bigs are coming up there, setting the screen so we can go downhill, get the dump for them. Like, it's a lot of things that we're working on. And the philosophy, I'll say, for Coach Julian, which he has done a great job. Like I said, it's just proof in the pudding by the record and by it's not even just talk. But the philosophy that he has is just also just work hard, create a family experience. And what I mean by that is we're not just doing this to play basketball and say we love basketball. We're creating an atmosphere that we want everybody to excel through their strengths and their weaknesses. Some of our girls are not really good shooters, but they're really good drivers. Some of our girls are good, really talkers, good teammates. How do I build that off? How to hold each other accountable for certain things. And the philosophy, like, we want to get out. Mike, back to what I'm saying. We want to get out. Like, we're transitioning. We're trying to, once we get that rebound, we're taking off. So right now we're doing conditioning. We're doing a lot of those because we don't do that during the season. I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't, because we want to kind of get that early. So when we playing the Waltons like last year in the playoffs, or if we play Grayson or River Ridge, we're running the floor, but we're not tired. This is like a marathon, but we're still running. We're running our pace, and we're controlling our pace, not letting us. We're running. Oh, we're tired. Now they're controlling the tempo to control the energy. So we're trying to get out, and we're trying to score the fast as we can. And if we can't score the ball as fast as we can, then we're trying to set up our offense to where we get those bigs that offense. And that's when we have our bigs with Chastity, where I'm working on. Well, I'm the person that putting a hand on Chastity or working on transition. Hey, you get up the floor, run it, short corner, pull up mid range. Okay, set the screen, move. You don't get the ball, set the screen, create other opportunities for others. Okay, point guard, get downhill. You're not always gonna get the score. You're always gonna have to facilitate, control what we need to control by doing this and giving everybody a job. We tell our girls too, that's a philosophy too. We have a job, you have a job. Your job is to come in here and be better, get better, be better than what you were yesterday. That's the biggest mindset over here at Milton, what Julian has taught and brought in here. Like, the energy matters, the confidence matters, the effort matters. Like, those things is our philosophy, because those things that you can control, and then we're going to teach what we need to get through over the humps that, hey, a situation happens, this is the example what you need, and it's going to prepare you for college as well, or outside of maybe professional. So that's our philosophy, if that makes sense.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I love it. Good. Coach, I'm ready to suit up, man. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready. When we show up as love of the game and women's who's hitting gyms, hey, I just want to make sure now, normally we get to sit Gucci roll, man. I like to put my feet on the floor, man.
Hey, I got you.
Look, I'm already making requests and demands already, man.
Look, I can go set it up. I can show you right now. I can make it right now.
No, I can't wait to get a chance to come and watch you guys play. When players have a great connection with their home school and they speak highly of their coaching staff, which Chastity does, it automatically it raises that awareness for me to say, okay, I definitely need to talk to these folks. Like, we need to understand what's going on over there, because immediately when we saw it, I was like, oh, well, she went to Milton. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then we start doing the research, and I was like, oh, Milton ain't Milton no more. Like, I'm calling Dave. I was like, bro, they won 26 games. Bro. I was like, this ain't what we remember. So, like, what is going on? We got to find out what's going on over there. So to hear what you all are doing over there in a community that needs it, I want to talk about that too. In a community that needs it, they need that. A lot of times, the basketball conversation is like, oh, Cobb County, Gwinnett County, but there are other communities that have passionate fan bases that need those programs that truly embrace the community. I think Milton is one of those programs where, on the women's side, it hasn't been a lot to talk about. And it needs that. I remember what River Ridge was before River Ridge became River Ridge, right? So, and we talked about how basketball was needed up that 575 corridor, and it needed the right people to wrap their arms around that community. And now when you look at whether it's River Ridge on the girls' side, Cherokee on the girls' side, you got Etowah, Sequoia on the boys' side, that whole 575 corridor is now good basketball because people wrap their arms around that community. I think the same thing needs to happen in the Alpharetta area. People need to really wrap their arms around that community. So I love what you guys are doing up there. So I can't wait to get my eyes on it.
Hey, man, listen, they're changing that narrative up there, Dre. You just don't go to St. Francis no more if you're in Alpharetta. You go to Milton, bro.
There are options. Everybody wants options, right? No shade.
It is options. It is options. I will say some options up here.
Yeah. No shade to nobody, but everybody wants options, man.
For sure.
So no, I love to see it, man. I can't wait to get in there. You know me, I love to watch practice. I love this. Two things that I love when I go to watch teams play. I love to watch practice, and I love to sit behind the bench. May not be the greatest visual seat in the house, but I learned so much from hearing how the coaches address their players and how they handle different situations. It is my favorite seat in the house, right? I'll joke about sitting Gucci row. I love to sit behind the bench, man, because I love to hear coaches that really care about their players in action. So man, we'll be right there to come and support. I see you guys first game. I got to make my calendar out for the year.
We playing Galloway. See, we scrimmaging Galloway.
Ain't nothing to play with either.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we're not dodging smoke, man. I'm telling you, we played summer league. We had Hebron, top 10 nation. We battled with them. We had Hoover, Alabama, state titles, Alabama.
I know Coach Stephanie, know her well.
I'm just saying, man, we're trying to get better, man. And I
when
want
is the
hopefully y'all come to
game,
Galloway,
man?
bro.
When is the Galloway game?
Listen, I will look at me. I will make sure you let me know if you want to come. I got you. I got you. You right behind our bench. I got you.
What's the coach? We gotta talk. We gotta talk.
I think it's November 5th, I believe, at Galloway. We scrimmaging them. We're gonna scrimmage them. It's not gonna be a game. We're gonna scrimmage them.
Don't matter.
But I'm telling you, Galloway battled River Ridge.
Yeah, Galloway's good, bro. Like when you said that, I'm like, man, y'all ain't playing.
We're not playing.
Schedule.
So we're just trying to get to it, man. That's all, man. But I appreciate it. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, I got you, man. I'm gonna send you something, man. I got y'all for sure.
Okay. Hey,
I got
man.
the calendar up, man. That is a great way to spend election day. I can go get my vote on, and then I can forget about the whole election and go watch some basketball. Man.
It's on election day.
That is a great way. I can go do my civic duty as a public servant. I can go do my civic duty,
right,
and then go forget about all of that and go watch some basketball.
Absolutely.
That's a Tuesday. I think I can make it.
If you can, just look. We're gonna chop it up. But if you can, I promise you. I know my friend that's at Galloway, so we already talking the bets already right now. we like, yo, who gonna get it done? We like, yeah, we gonna see. So
Galloway got some players too, Dre.
They got some players. Trust me, I know. It's a lot of talent in Atlanta, and y'all know that. But it's a lot of good talent on the girls' side. And the girls have already been involving, but it's a lot of good talent in the Atlanta area, and it's only gonna get better and better because these younger ones are getting more and more sharpened up on skills.
Man, we talked about that earlier. Whew.
For sure. November the 5th. You guys are at Galloway for the
We're gonna go at Galloway, not at Milton, at Galloway.
Okay. Listen, I'm updating listen, you got me hyped for that one. I'm updating the calendar right now, man. We're gonna connect, man. We're gonna try to
for sure.
It's happening, bro.
For sure.
Okay.
But Coach King, man, it has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege, man, to have you on the show. We appreciate it. Tell Coach Julian, man, that we send you guys our best, and we can't wait to chop it up with Coach Julian as well.
Absolutely. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too, brother.
Adios.
All right. Hey, man. Listen, this is me and you talking. What did that give you vibes of right there?
Well, their story reminds me a lot of what I heard from George Washington at Pebblebrook when he first got started at Pebblebrook.
Yeah.
The building of a program and people know Pebblebrook as the Nike Elite School and Colin Sexton and this and that, but people don't understand, George embraced the Mableton community. And that's what happened first. He gave people a reason to believe that school could be something. So when I hear Coach King and he talks about Coach Julian and what they're doing at Milton High School, it's like, oh, they really like wrapping their arms around the community and giving them a reason to believe and giving them that culture. Once the culture is in, bro,
it's scary.
That his story so far kind of reminds me. It reminds me of listening to Coach Washington at Pebblebrook.
Hey, but let's just start from the beginning. Where did he do his interview from? It's 8:00 on Sunday.
In the gym.
In the gym, bro. In the gym at 8:00 on Sunday, bro. To me, again, there's certain things people do that doesn't even have to be said, but if you pay attention, you know. You know.
Workers work.
There you go.
Everybody else complains. The workers just go work.
That's facts. That's facts, man. I mean, there's certain things like all the right words were said, but you said it yourself, like the way the kids respond when they talk about that program, when they talk about that coaching staff, and listening, all of it adds up is what I'm saying. Like, there's people that can, as we call that, are really good car salesmen. We get that. But everything lines up exactly with what he was saying and what they're trying to do. You see it. You see it. And I know I'm speaking for you as well as myself. When you see it, you want to see live. You want to see it for yourself. Like, oh man, that's some good stuff. When you're a basketball head per se, like we are, you want to see, like, it gets you excited. Like when you read out the schedule, I was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, we win in our region. We're trying to do some things. And, if we get far, we get far. No, they going out there and saying, listen, we want you. We want you. We want you. We want you. And we want you. If we got to travel, we'll get you too.
It's the way to do it. It's about competition. Georgia has always been that. There are certain traditions when it comes to basketball that should remain, and I hope never go away. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm glad Mark Edwards is back in Georgia, because the duck season post every year that he makes is what makes it what makes Georgia Georgia. And I don't care on the men's side, women's side, whatever it is. It's what makes Georgia Georgia. You don't duck smoke. You don't duck competition. Everybody plays everybody. Everybody shows up at the big events, and we get down and we compete. Right? There's none of this slick behind stuff, all that we hear goes on in other cities. Like, it's not how we get down in Georgia. We lace them up and go head to head. Everybody is real easy to find here. Georgia is spread out. It's big, but when it comes to this basketball thing, everybody real easy to find. We in the gym, and if you at the right events, then you know where to get the smoke. And so I love when Milton says, yep, I got a friend over at the Galloway School. We're going to suit up. We play Hebron. I'm going to suit up. We play, like we're playing River Ridge. We're going to suit up. And I love those teams for taking the matchup. Now, I am going to issue a challenge.
Okay.
Who's showing up to Milton to come and play?
Well,
okay.
But I like that. I like what you just said. But let me intersect in that just a bit. I like what he said too. Your point is 100% valid, but they feel like we're going to show you we're one of those teams. And I feel like that once they show you, then it's going to be come see us because we're one of them. But right now, they in hunting season right now, Dre. I'm not arguing with, no means am I arguing what you're saying. I like them. I like exactly the mentality that they have right now. Okay, y'all won't come to us, but we'll go to Galloway. And listen, Galloway, I'm not saying y'all running smoke. I'm just saying they're hunting. And when I say they're hunting, they got the bus gassed up. They got to go to Florida, North Carolina, wherever.
I'm saying what I'm going to say. I'm going to issue the challenges that need to be issued at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with how they schedule, because that's what I would have did. Right? That doesn't mean hey, we going to run for the smoke. But
to your point, Dre, I feel like listening to him, and this is only me, I feel like they haven't earned it yet. That's the way I feel listening to them.
So I agree with the mentality. Again, I'm not talking about what their scheduling mentality is. they are looking at it in the right place. Again, the same way George Washington did Pebblebrook, I'm going to go to you, and I'm going to get the smoke. We've seen every program that was built from nothing. Cale did the same thing. Coach Sellers did the same thing at Cale when he built that program into what it is today, right? He built it going wherever he had to go. I'll play you at 9 a.m. in the back gym at whatever event. I remember when Cale used to be a back gym team, right? They're no longer a back gym team. You know what I mean? You're multiple state championships now. So I understand their mentality. I'm just speaking from a Georgia perspective, right? When you see a team on the rise, it tells me a lot too about how confident you are when you go seek out those teams that may not be at that level yet. But when you see a team that went 26-3, who's showing up? Hey, Milton, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming to your place and let's go play. Yeah. Because that's what the big boys are supposed to do. The big boys ain't supposed to sit on the throne at the crib and let everybody come to them. The big boys, that ain't how the big. Hey, UNLV did not do that. We don't come from that.
I disagree with you.
They went to they brought the greatest show on the hardwood to your floor, right? When McKeecher had Sharif Cooper, they could have took every big matchup at home if they wanted to. They did not. We will bring the show to you. Right? So that's what I'm looking for. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying anybody is wrong. I'm saying I am paying attention. I am paying attention to see who wants some of that.
I think I'm torn on that. And the only reason I say I'm torn, because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go AD perspective on this. I want the smoke. I prefer it at home because I want a sold-out gym.
Of course, yeah, everybody do. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but them up-and-coming teams, please believe the Atlanta girls basketball community knows about Milton being 26-3. So they're going to want to see too, because, now us basketball heads, the question becomes, even though we just had them on and we know this is not a fluke, for your casual fan, they're going to want to see, are they really for real? You know what I mean? And that type of schedule that he said, Dre, bro.
Hey, listen, that's there are little things that after being around this game for a while, right, that I'll pay attention to. And when I see a team like that and all their big games are on the road, that's the thing that I start to pay attention to. They don't want to come to the crib. They don't want to come to the crib.
It's valid. It's very valid. But I always say this, Dre. Milton this as well. Milton got a basketball community, and they will travel. And that's all I'm saying.
Hey, don't get popped at the crib. Don't let them come to the crib and pop you because this show coming out every week. This show coming out every week. Listen, I'm not David. David is gonna be way more political about all of this than I am. He is gonna be I am going to fry you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen. Don't dump no smoke and then get popped at the crib. Don't do it. I'm saying, don't do it around me. Don't do it around me. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not trying to put a bullseye on nobody. I ain't even really trying to start no stuff right now. I'm just saying I am paying attention to what their home games are gonna be.
Yeah.
And what their home games are not. And over the course of time, right? 2 seasons, 3 seasons, it's all gonna, the patterns are all gonna come. You know what I mean? We're gonna see who's who and what's what. So,
but it says this, man, in all seriousness, you know what I love? Atlanta basketball is in good hands, bro.
In great
It exemplifies Atlanta.
in great hands. And I love to have fun. I'm gonna joke around.
Yeah.
But this is what I love to see. This is what I'm passionate about. Now, Dave, we gotta get ready to jump off here. We got the Minnesota Lynx and the Connecticut Sun about to tip off right here at 8:30.
Yes, sir.
The Liberty knocked off the Aces.
Man, bro.
Game one.
Got
it at the crib. Which,
hey,
listen.
You got to bring it. It's playoff time. You got to bring it, bro.
Hey, man, Stewie had like 34, 35.
I feel like she got a chip on her shoulder because nobody has been mentioning her all season.
There are a lot. There are a lot of players that I feel like should have a chip on their shoulder. Don't get me wrong. I love what Caitlin Clark has brought to the WNBA. But Caitlin Clark is not Sabrina. I'm going to just leave it at that. I mean, she will get there. I think she's phenomenal. I'm not taking no shots at that lady. Enough people have done that. But what I am saying is there are levels. And when you see this Final Four in the WNBA, it's elite basketball. Like, this is elite level basketball. Like, Coach was talking about Chelsea Gray. Like, when he said Duke, that's what threw me off. But you talking about Chelsea Gray, like, she's a hooper. Like, we talking about elite level players in both of these matchups. And I'm waiting to watch Nafisa Collier and see what she do tonight. Like, we're talking about elite level back. There's a lot of really good players that aren't getting their name called, but it's coming. Yeah. As the league matures and it continues to grow, I think that's the thing. It's the expectation that the league should be further along than what it is when it's still a baby. We're talking about the league's been around maybe 20 years or something like that, 25 years, I think. It took a lot longer for the NBA to catch on and do what it's doing. Fact. So I think it is in a good space. And women's basketball is in a great space. So
absolutely. Hey, man, we're back. It's Tuesday or Wednesday. We're back, bro. After a nice hiatus, we're back. We're back. Women's Hoops and Gems podcast is finally back in the building. My man been running me in the ground this past month. So we're back. We're back. Take the L. Take the L. Just take the L.
I said nothing. I said nothing.
But no, and it's long overdue because one of the best things about me and him, this is a platform for Georgia, and it's very much needed. I want to continue to keep the educational piece of the platform where I bring on these college coaches from all levels so you all understand what it takes to even make it on that level. So you understand scholarship situations, you understand grade situations, you understand everything that's needed to be successful on the next level. That's what I feel like is important for Women's Hoops Hitting Gems podcast. And I shouldn't say this way, it's Hoops Hitting Gems podcast, period, because we do service both sides. But, with the women's side and where it's going, I want the young ladies to know that, we are passionate of helping them just as well as we are helping everybody. And we're back. We're back. I got the bags out my eyes. We here. We ready to roll.
No question.
And finally, and hold on. Finally, we spoke about the Southeast Top 100. We will be making an announcement real soon. I'll let my guy make the announcement whenever he feels comfortable. 2025, we coming too. Like Dion said, we coming.
Hey, man. You know me. No announcements. I'm just going to hit you with it. But we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. I'm doing everything I can to be in the building when Milton takes on Galloway at that scrimmage. So
I'll be there.
any other scrimmages, anybody that played in the Southeast Top 100, man, make sure y'all tap in with me and get me them schedules, man. We're trying to lock in with you. We're going to show love and come and support as much as possible. I am creating my calendar for the year as we speak. So make sure y'all tap in with me. If I haven't reached out to you already, some of you guys, I've already got your schedule, already reached out and we got a schedule. But for those of you that haven't heard from me just yet, I'm making my way through the list. There's 80 of y'all. I'm trying. But tap in with me. Make sure I got your schedule so we can come out and see you play. Hey, man, y'all be peace. Go check out this Lynx versus Connecticut Sun game, man.